Welcome back to another episode of Heard It Here First. I'm your host, Max. You can call me DJ Max if you want. Heard It Here First is a conversation created for the future. It's where I get the chance to talk to entrepreneur, business-minded folks. You know, a lot of young people who are making major, stronger impact in the community. And today, I got the one and only, man. Like, this man's more of a friend to me, more of a, family brother. We've been through it. We didn't work together in a lot of different ways, and we still got potential of things that we were about to do. So this conversation is going to get into all of that, and stick around. Let's get right into it. And he's no other but my brother Jordan. How you doing, man?
What's good?
How you doing, folks?
Good, my
Looking
G.
good, bro. Like the fit.
Appreciate it.
Head to toes, man. I don't know. Like, first of all, introduce yourself, and then let people know what you got on, bro. You know we can't pass the fact that we got a drip check real quick.
Absolutely. All love. Well, it's me. My name is Jordan Radilla, and I got it on today. I want to make sure everyone's living good and having a positive messages, and hope to add a tremendous amount of value in the moments we share today. So in prosperity and in good hopes and good blessings, we got the LV on the boots.
Sure.
These are made by Nego, so a special collection. I love the logo, so it's like a cool colorway, and then it adds some height with the flares. You feel me? And then got a really nice tailored flannel. It's just the fit of this one is good from Montclair. Shout out to the guys. Tomorrow's laundry. I got the long sleeve on today with the flannel. It's chilly out.
Yeah, real
we out here in Seattle.
Nah, it's been nice. It's been nice the past couple days. I think today was the chilliest of the past 3 days. But we'll take it. At least it's not the rain. Yes. But that's what's easy to put on. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing a sweatsuit kind of thing. Just casual. Nothing too crazy. Just an average Sunday.
I do like the colorway. The colorway on the sweatsuit is key.
Yeah, you feel me? Nah, you got to keep it matching, because at the end of the day, it just look off. And it's crazy, too, because the undershirt is just the same, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just super simple, so clean, bro. You know what I mean? Not too much that I feel like that just defined my character. But yeah, man.
Yeah. And I have to say that the accent point in the outfit is the glasses. I see you got some Cartier glasses on.
For real. Nah, I was about to get right into it, bro, because I was like, I feel like you said your name, but a lot of people don't really know who you are and what you really do, and you're a jack of all trades. And like, I've definitely got my hair cut by you before. Like, there's so many things that you're pretty unique at when it comes to the camera. When it comes to, just work life or all of that, man. So just kind of give us a little insight of what you do, who you are, and some of these like unique talents that you got going.
Absolutely. I am Jordan, and I find that as the mindset. I think basketball plays a big influence onto the things I do creatively, and then skateboarding.
Right.
And I have a lot of key like inspirational quotes that I have that keep as my North Star. I'll share later in this conversation, and from there, it really helps advance to what we do from day to day. Like, we're always going to be working on a new project, we're always working on a new mission. So I have and where it's brought me to, it's a lot of everything. Yep. I think, At the end of the day, everything we can make it here first and here first,
Yes, sir. So, with that, I know you work with a lot of brands, you work with a lot of names. Like today, you came out with the Cartiers. Like, we're just gonna get right into that, and you got me rocking some. This is crazy, man. So, just kind of give us a little background of your relationship with Cartier, what you do, and what can people benefit from this knowledge of you sharing this brand collaboration and your relationship with them.
Absolutely. Well, I have to say, the way it's styled, the way it fits for you, I mean, perfect colorway, perfect style. Get a lot of points on that one, right? As a fit, it's good.
Yes, sir.
And that's going to be my relationship, and to make sure we design the right collection, make sure everything fits perfect, and elevate the brand. As a part of brand development. So we're going to be placing certain products, certain placements, certain designs, and we're going to create that. And I have the resources here to work with great companies to produce it and manufacture it. So everything custom. I'm the guy to do it for you.
Right.
Here in the state.
So for the average person who, look forward to, one day being able to design things, glasses like Cartier or like work with name brands and all that. Like, give us a little story of how you actually built your relationship with Cartier. Like, how did that came to part? You know what I mean? Because I feel like those stories are quite unique, and people always wonder, like, how did that happen? You know what I mean?
No, absolutely. I think if I were to say Cartier chose me, I would say I more so choose Cartier. I have resources with a lot of other brands as well that I work with and can place and can dispense for people who want these sets of brands. But with Cartier specifically, I think it's the most royal finish of like the final level of the brands, and its elegance and its craftsmanship, right? The brand in itself stands for that, and which is levels to it where every detail matters more. And within the luxury brands, it's in their heritage, you know.
That's dope. That's dope, man.
That's my favorite thing about it. It's always been a dream of mine.
Yes, sir. You know, so you mentioned, you know, you work with a lot of other brands and stuff too. Like, what are some of those brands out there that you work with and got a good relationship with that you just want to let us know about?
Absolutely. Every brand that we'll create with and that we work with, I found that it's personally, as a creator and a creative myself, brands I truly believe in, and I always want to be in supportive use of it because the product makes sense. Like Tomorrow's Laundry, my favorite luxury essential. Like every part of the fabric, the cut, it's true to size, and it lasts like as long as I've been this size, you know, and that's a long time, right? And it's just perfect fit. It's exactly what I need. So that right there is another brand that I've chosen to integrate with, and shout out to all the guys there at the company. It's the most perfect company placement ever, and I stand true to it. So
sir.
We're not new to it. We're true to it.
Exactly. Nah, real life. Tomorrow Laundry is dope. Like, I never really heard about them till you came around. So, you know, they should definitely shout you out, because there's a lot of people who you have gave brand awareness to just in a unique form, or just by wearing it, or, you know, just, and that's the simplest idea when it comes to marketing. And that's one thing I know about you, is that you stand behind the things that you represent. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not just gonna tell people about Tomorrow's Laundry. You're gonna wear it. You're not just gonna tell people about Cartier. You're gonna wear it. Like, you're gonna stand behind the product in which you are promoting. And I think that is a unique style, and that is dope, because some people just like to sell things that they probably don't even believe in, or they don't, you know what I mean? Whatever, for the quick bucks. But I can see, like, you rock the brands that you talk about and work with. I think that's definitely a unique trick, man. But to be honest, take me back a little bit, like, you know, younger you, like, how do you, you know, how did you grow up, and before getting into these spaces and actually creating this creative side of you and finding that path, like, how was life for you? Like, for those who don't really know you like that, and you just want to let them know, give a little inside, because I feel like you don't say much, but when you do, people care and listen. So how's growing up for you before getting to where you are right now?
Absolutely. Well, having the circumstances I was given and the way my cards were dealt, I was always raised and nurtured to be a go-getter out of necessity. Go get it, go-getter, you know?
Right.
And as a go-getter, it was always trying to figure out what I needed, what problem I had, and I would have to become the solution at the end of the day. You know, and finding that solution through God and going through those motions and learning the talents of, like, needing to fix my own haircut. So I became a barber. And then after that, I was a barber. I was cutting celebrities. And it was just traveling, and it was there, and I knew that. Right. But before that, I would also be known working with celebrities in videography and traveling with them, and then also doing that and not even cutting hair. But I was like, it's a very different platform that allowed me to see the different uses. Was, how do I capture this? How do I clean this up? You know, or how do I put this together?
How early was that, like, age-wise, when you started figuring it out like that? Like, you know, I'm going to have to figure out how to get my own haircut, or I'm going to have to get out the box and, you know, go chase this dream, or, you know, work with celebrities. Like, at what age were you pushing that route?
You know, I think it found out when I was around, say, 4th grade. So I don't know what age that is. Maybe like 12.
Age,
yeah, early 12. I was getting a fresh cut, needed a lineup. Then before I even ever went to a barber, so it was like a test. But then just the act of it, and then like the anticipation.
Right.
You know, I was disappointed because I think my hairline was off. So So when I got it right back in the point, that was always the mission. So once I got that dialed in for myself, just through like trial and error, I was like, yo, I got to fix my best friend's lineup. Like, bro, who cuts your hair?
That is dope.
You know? And getting a cool haircut means a lot. I think that's going to be something really, really cool. And that's why relationships with barbers, or even barbers learning how to have relationships like myself, growing those relationships and being that kind of people person and caring for someone, like that's something that, you know.
Yeah, you know the saying, you can't cheat on your barber, you know what I mean? Like people
Absolutely.
like, because barbers are like people that you got that connection with, and like they consistently cut your hair. Like even with Fred, he got his barber Kiwi, shout out to Kiwi. He don't get a haircut by nobody else. That's his barber, you know. That's his man's, and you know that's who he work with. That's who know how to make him look right. So it's like I get it at an early age, being able to make sure that you look right and the people around you look right. That just like that's a unique trait. So seeing what you do now definitely give me an insight of like at a young age, it was like, yo, looking good, you know what I mean, is a price tag, but it's like it's definitely worth it. And even with the people around you, being able to pass on that energy is quite amazing, man. I feel like if you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be, man?
In 3 words, I just had it. Ask it again for me one more time.
If you could describe yourself in 3 words, what would it be?
It would be conscious, resilient, and
Conscious.
elaborative.
Okay. Do you believe those 3 words, or you just felt like you had to come up with something?
No, those are the words that's Nah.
That's dope. That's dope. I don't know. I just felt like that's a really unique question, because everybody got their own visual of how they, you know, how they really feel and describe themselves. And I feel like, yeah, all those words, if you know, because that's who you are. Whatever you speak into life, that's what makes you what you are. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty dope. That's pretty dope, man.
Absolutely.
Nah,
Appreciate it.
Real life. So, bro, we had a chance to work on some projects together. We, you know, we did some stuff for clubs here and there. We're just talking off camera. What's your relationship with the camera right now? And when it comes to like content creating, like where you at with it? Are you working on projects? Like I know you've been dropping here and there on TikTok. I know it's a gradual speed, you know. But I was like one of the first homie to. I was like, Jordan got a TikTok, because I don't really was on it like that, just like how you were. But at the end of the day, it's gonna grow up on us, and it's just another social media marketing platform that we're gonna have to adapt to and use for the benefit of our content. But yeah, with content right now, man, where you at with it? You know, is there anything specifically you're working on or kind of preparing to get back with it? Like, where you at so far with it when it comes to content?
You know, I'm at a very slim crossroads with social media, from putting business on there to just doing fun stuff to keeping it personal to, you know, seeing a lot of family lately and
Right.
whether my family is on there or not, or even if I'm on there or not. Right. So those things, as far as that has really been nice, as far as figuring that part out. But I really just been calm, been calm with it. You know what I mean?
No, 100%.
Yeah, calm with it, enjoying it for the moment. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
For sure.
real deal. Because I know when you brought the drones and stuff out, that was a hell of a moment. You know, like, and I feel like more projects and more content over the time, which you definitely can expand more. And I feel like that's something we should work together on in the long run too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you be doing your own thing here and there, but you know, you definitely gotta pop around and work on some projects that we. I know we don't have to hit outdoor. Like Rich been ready for
bro.
brands and stuff now, man. Like, trying to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Spending time with quality content.
Bro, we're going to run up this content. The moment we link up, man.
Quality content.
The quality content. You already know we're gonna run up this content without a doubt. You already know.
Quality content, man. Come on. That's exactly what we're going to get into, bro.
Absolutely.
What are some things you just want us to know, bro? Some stuff that you feel like you just like people to know, like anything out there, bro.
I really want to talk about what we're going through within the creative space, right? How it's going to benefit creators in general. There's a lot of new innovative ideas that I'm a part of, from a lot of startups to established companies with tens of thousands of recurring customers. So we can do a lot of e-commerce, a lot of brand conversations, and a lot of like innovative tools there with new technologies and just new ways to think about what we can do, and have that conversation is amazing. So amazing opportunity for everybody. So I hope to get inspired and also teach people about being more human.
Right. So you seem to be more in the brand awareness space. Like you just trying to get more people aware of like newer updates, whether it's like technologies or brands and stuff like that.
Yes.
Like, give me a little bit of an insight. Like, people who don't know you for that, like, how can you describe that part of you? Because, like, I mean, it took me a little while to, like I said, you're a jack of all trades. Somebody can either know you as a barber or photographer, or,
Yes.
But there's a lot more, and I feel like that's one of the spaces that you really stand on strongly. So, kind of give people a little insight of those who don't know you when it comes to that part of life, or like, business.
Yeah, absolutely. So dealing with a lot of the content I do for my business side, we do have a repertoire of accumulating billions of views, and then that into transferring to recurring avenues. So that's going to be like publications that are going to have like billion views from their music videos, and what an agency would get for that, and getting like working on projects like that, and to being able to work with celebrities and even have conversations for how the storyline is going to be put in.
Right.
And then storyline into a commercial, storyline into full-on campaigns, like 3-month campaigns. Well, we can sell rapidly through small businesses, and selling those services in strategic modes was my forefront, and do a lot of that conversation and business solving. So you can make a lot by you can make a lot from helping someone make even more.
That's dope.
Right. And being that person, right?
Nah, real shit, man. Like, talking about celebrities, bro. You work with some names out there, bro. Like, give us a little. I know Selena Gomez did some stuff around. Like, give us a little insight of those who didn't get to see that beginning part of you when you were on the road, running around and actually touring with these artists and doing some amazing work and content out there for them. Like, just give us a little run around of, how that part of life was for you at a certain point.
Yeah, like I say, like back in 2012, when we were making a lot of videos and entering a lot of film festivals and getting first place and getting posted on certain channels and blogs and people's different websites. Back in the day, this was like YouTube, and you would also find yourself through like their own blogs. Right. So, and then working on projects like that has been amazing, and getting content and work from, dealing with other blogs like Complex, and then dealing with like bigger like sources of like, friends working there and making this happen, and just getting connections with all these type of brands was such the key thing. My favorite part was getting connected to the concerts. That was my favorite thing. So working with my favorite artists in the world, and it almost is a true blessing, right? And I think like how that came about was the blessing. It came naturally. Like, it was never like intentional. It was just, I always had a camera from skateboarding and stacking footage and documenting every attempt, everything we do, which everything we did was on camera, skateboarding. And then when we go here, like life, it just had the same mindset. And when it turned into working with like different artists, sometimes I would just be around, and it would just be a benefit from connecting with business owners and being a good listener through the camera. Right, for someone, right? And that would escalated very quickly, very, very quickly.
Right.
From a few people to working on like pages that would be like, 10,000 followers to like 100,000 followers, and then getting like millions of views, and then working with like, a concept that's like number one in the whole race. Right. Because this content that we do, Selena Gomez, she was like number one Instagram account in the world. And as a creative is like, where more do you get to there in the celebrity space?
Right.
And that was straight through a quick email. It was like, hey, are you available this Thursday? And I just got back home from another project with this company. And I was like, all right, I just traveled back home. And then I landed and I just drove back to California from Las Vegas. And that was like a quick drive, and then made it back in the morning. Got my fresh outfit. Shout out to Weezy. I pulled up with the freshest outfit. Like I was like,
of course, it's a big moment.
Yeah, from just like rare sneakers and stuff like that. And then, it was knocked it out, and then linked up with the homies after.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
like through those times,
after.
What project would you say was your best, maybe favorite to work on when you were in that phase, whether with, touring or working with Selena team and all of that? Like, what project through that process was that you worked on at that time that you felt like you really had a great time?
I'd say it was that one.
That one?
Yeah, at that one. I would make a lot of like more of like the coding side and the app development side after that. From me not knowing where these videos would go.
Right.
So then I got into, I was the only one in America to work kind of inside this app that everyone was kind of from the foreign states. It was like a joint company from Europe, and then we were all coding videos to be on this app, and this app would update live. And our members that were traveling to our spot, to our like destination, we would like get that content to them in an app way, because the app was connected to their tour feed. Very cool feature, very cool project. And like the app development side, and then like working with the technology and then doing that part was like my key, like, whoa, this was cool. So then that's where I was like, you know what, I would love to make videos for myself, like fun and like lively, because that I was like so honestly starstruck and also like so swept by her grace that I was like, wow, like life is beautiful, and it was
true.
It was really cool.
Real life, bro.
Yeah,
that's
it's
dope.
amazing time.
Like, those memories last forever. Those opportunities stands out. It builds the character and who you become in the long run. Like, that also even builds up your resume, like, to everything that you do beyond from there on. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like that was a good story, and like, just from your point of view and how you describe it, there are a lot of people out there who think it's impossible to work with some of these names, or these people are like not even real, and you know what I'm saying? So being able to work with people who are, like you said, she had the biggest Instagram account on Instagram, like, that is quite insane, you know what I mean? So being able to even play a part in anything close to around that is a progress, and I just felt like that was a cool story to let people know of that, it doesn't, you're not a wizard or anything.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'm telling you, I'm just a kid with a camera. My first camera was like a Sony VHS, right? And it had cassette, but the cassette was unlimited and you would just plug it in, and I just stacked footage. I got to edit it, but this cassette was my first camera. And, I'm just from like this kid wanting that to, like the next one, looking at features and geeking about cameras, while skateboarding and getting into like all the right different kind of looks and VX 1000s and other different kind of like looks and styles and edits. Like, it was the key. And that's what inspired me from like even having a film premiere and then been like making a film to premiere.
Right.
That was the time when like I started entering film contests and doing that all over, like
made that
all
transition.
The time. Especially that's what it helped me in school a lot.
Right. Yeah. Man, so talking about inspiration, bro, like, I normally always do it this time on the show. It's like, look into that camera that's facing you and, just motivate somebody out there, what a younger or older who's watching you or who knows of you or just watching the program because they like it, and just, just tell them something real, man.
Yeah,
things
absolutely.
That you've been through.
Absolutely.
That keeps you motivated, and just let them know, like, it's not impossible, you just gotta want it. This is your moment. Yeah. Let them know what's up.
Absolutely. To a message to all the creators, creating through life and having your life experiences and learning what to do with it. The coolest thing that makes so much sense in my experience was to know that your purpose came from being able to have that safe space, in that creative area where you can know where you're at.
Right.
And also reflect on the change and the evolution and the development of a person you have to be.
Right.
To find solutions and solve that and be that solution, finding purpose in there,
Right.
and also affecting the ones there, like, you know, after you.
Exactly.
You know,
Making
and
an impact.
Exactly. And that state of like full effort.
Right.
Allowed you to be like the best you can be, and that everyone will find that solution. And being that person is like the most beautiful thing in life.
100%, man.
You know,
No, that
most
is
beautiful thing in life. And that's that perspective that I share and live through. And I find that to be like the most royal and most respectful and most courteous way to see time and space, right? Like it's the most beautiful thing in love.
Bro, that is amazing. I think that is unique. You know, a lot of people
Amen.
say in different ways, but I think you broke it down in your version of where people can really like hear what you know, like kind of understand where you're going. And one thing I learned about you is that you're really major on the impact side of life. Like you really want to make an impact, whether it's through branding or it's through visuals with content or just how you move your everyday to day life or your love for cars or all of that. You know what I mean? I think that really what builds your character. So, man, what can we expect from you, bro? Like, what are some upcoming plans that you know you think we could look forward to, whether it's just friends, family, or you know whoever want to work with you business wise? Like, you know, what are some things that's coming up that you would like people to know about so far?
Absolutely, you can expect a lot of motion and content.
A lot of motion. I like that. A lot of motion. I like that.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. A lot of motion and content. So in the videos and the messages and the prayers, you know, and the time we spend with God, and also time we spend being with great people. Right. And also throwing great events. Exactly. So the events, if you see some events coming up, just know that's requires a lot of planning and preparation on the back end. So when it's time, and I happen to throw an invite, you know, have some tickets in different parts around America. So then mean well in that, and it will prove to be a lot of benefit into the education space. So it'll be a cool events.
100%.
Yeah, that's something exciting.
That's something we can look forward to. You know, I feel like you definitely have more and more on your plates as times go by, but it's always a step-by-step procedure. You know, I feel like you also are a really strong family man and everything like that. Like, how's everything going on with just life and everything, like with I don't know, like with your kid and everything, bro. I know you're a family man. How's that relationship with God too? That's one thing I always forget to ask.
Absolutely.
Like, how do you branch that part of you, family and religion? How is that important to you? You don't got to go crazy into the details,
brother,
but
absolutely.
I also know that, you know, I stand on God and He's ready to keep me going. So meeting another man with faith, it just, you know, it's a cool moment. How do you balance that?
Absolutely. You know, and to balance that, to know where I'm coming from, you know, like how much I care about it on my end. In regards of me, my problem was that I actually never even met my dad. I don't even know his like first or last name, you know, and I've never met him, can't really find him. When I try to find him, it just doesn't make sense. So when I think about myself being a dad now and providing my own solution to my problem and living that, it shows me in my heart of like what it feels to care for something,
right?
You know, what it feels to like feel for something, you know, and just to like be able to like have those moments where you're like, well, I prayed for this, you know, and I got this, right? And so those moments means everything, right? So like, you know, you can imagine how gracefully, like it's like how strong and loving it feels at the same time, right? So it's an amazing thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, I'd say a girl dad's and being a girl dad, and you know, like being a great girl dad.
Man, I'm not there yet.
I try to see that as the coolest thing someone can do. Think about it; it's the coolest thing,
bro.
And you know, like as a person, like that, it's like for everybody, for everything, you know, for who we are.
You know, I was watching this interview with Jay Shetty and Big Sean. Like, I'm not a dad or anything, but And Big Sean was talking about his kid and the impact, right? And he says his favorite part is like how much the kids reminds him of him, like, you know what I'm saying, or like even shows him the beauty of life, like the little things in life that is loved by kids, you know what I mean? And it's like it brings another side of you. It builds another major character of you. So I feel like that's something that's just really, you know, inspiring. I feel like the world should definitely know that as somebody who's in that world. Like you said, you're a girl dad, and you taking, you know, you taking care of that responsibility and making sure that that's a bright path for you. And, you know, that's something we could all learn from, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, at this point, I feel like I definitely snagging all your time. We definitely gonna have more and more conversations, bro. Like, you know, we definitely got more and more projects and things that we're gonna work on. So at this point, bro, I want you to just, you know, lock in with people out there. Let them know how they can lock in with you when it comes to reaching out or, you know, networking. What are some things that, you know, you can tell people to reach out, you know? Just go ahead and let them know how they can reach out, whatever business that you want to market out there or idea you want to put out there before we wrap it out tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. For everybody even looking into creating or any other questions, y'all can shoot me a message right now. I do have like, you know, more of like a local and community driven like mindset. So connecting with people around me is dope. Like, you know, so always reach out, super available. In that and however that in creating and any ideas, any products, a lot of different products that I love working on as well. So just in the product space in general, how to get in that space, how to learn about it, how to get started in that career.
Yes, sir.
Just holler at me for that because it's really cool working with like, you know, printers and also like jewelry. So you can learn how to set. Right. You can also just make screen prints and obviously full production, whether we need to make an envelope to like cases to also like merch and pieces like that, you know, so a lot of access to that.
How can we find you though? You said holler at me. What can we find? Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat?
Yeah, for sure. Instagram, if anything, for as of right now, content we're talking about, things like that.
Okay.
But then, social media, you know, and then just look up me, and then I'll link you guys to wherever
whatever you need, whatever benefit he can offer. You know what I'm saying? That's the source of this, you know, just being able to share that network, that relationship.
Right.
And most important part, the blessing of having, you know, the time for both of us to sit here and share our inside and, you know, little things that we do. Because this moment right here, people don't really understand, because people who don't know you, it goes a long way. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really shows, like, characteristics. Like, I watch an artist interview, I'm like, oh, man, I kind of rock on him a little more, just kind of hearing his story, where he's from, or how much I relate to him just besides the music. So I feel like this is always a great opportunity to just be able to get words and let people kind of get a little more inside of your space mentally, physically, and, you know, just growth and all of that, bro. But, you know, at this point, man, thank you so much. You know,
God is good.
We're gonna call it good. You know, I appreciate your time. I appreciate everything. And you heard it here first. You heard it here live. My boy Jordan came and took over the scene, and I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much.
Bro.
And we are out.